right. I think I'm live. What's up, everyone? I know I'm starting early, so I bet a lot of people aren't here yet, but we'll chill out until then. You want to send out the tweet that I'm live, or the X, whatever it's called. All right. Right, cool. Danji. There are only 49 minutes of this black and white legendary signed Todd. Let's go ahead and pull up this little article thingy. It's kind of cool. Oof. What's that for? Veve set list here. All right. Wrong one. There we go. This is the one I wanted. D1 and only, what's up? I know you and Hinano have a stream coming up pretty soon. Mine's only going to be an hour, maybe a little bit less. I'm trying to keep this one relatively quick, but we'll see. I say that sometimes it ends up being like an hour and a half long, but we'll see. But it's nice to see it. Yes, we are vibing. Hey dude, did you get a Batman #1? I got one, a common. I got an uncommon. So I got the beater comic on that one. But if we zoom in here, someone just like randomly tagged me on this. There are only 49 minutes of this black and white legendary signed Todd, fully interoperable for any metaverse in the future at a $2,000 floor. I can't wait to see what it's valued at in the next bull cycle. Scarcity plus popularity. I'm happy I purchased one. Cool. Hodl the hodl, or hodl the toddle. Okay, I guess what that means. Like hashtag hodl the toddle. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, it looks super cool. Obviously, it's like way more detailed than the Veve version, but we'll see. I'm not against getting into the whole Todd McFarlane project, but it seems like I know some people had some issues with a few things, mostly like the Bane having like a discount as well as priority for the like Batmobile. A lot of people like collected a ton of posters to help get like whitelisted for the Batmobile, yet the Bane one, you only needed one collectible for like $20, and you got not only whitelisted, but you also got like a discount on the Batmobile too. I don't know. Plus, it's just, I don't know. As of right now, I'm really just focused on Veve and DC for projects. So nothing against like McFarlane or HRO or I don't know, any other projects, but right now it's like, this is kind of all I'm just focusing on, which is mostly Veve. At some point when I do think things are getting a bit lower or where a lot of people's attention's on Veve, maybe I'll go back and get some Todd McFarlane stuff. But for the most part, I don't know, ever since like that live stream with actually, what's up, Doctor Strange and my collectibles? What's up, dude? Honestly, like speaking of the devil here, which is that live stream with my collectibles, Doctor of Stuff, Crypto Rain. Oh my gosh, I forgot. There was like Randy and I forgot who else was in there as well. But like, I don't know what it was, but that stream just like kind of really opened my eyes to like Omi and just Veve in general, and mostly about Omi because I've done a lot of research, but right now I'm just seeing like the market action. Veve's like on the cusp of like a bunch of big stuff. Same thing with Omi, like Omi to bronze tickets happening soon, Omi to gem, Omi to NFT, and then could it get on more exchanges? And if typically Bitcoin does well, that kind of just trickles down into altcoins like Omi. So right now I've been putting more and more money into Omi. Right now I put out a video, not a video, but a tweet like a little over a week ago saying like, oh, I'm an Omi millionaire, but like my goal is to probably have like I don't know, like 5 to 8 million omi or something like that before the end of the year. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. It just kind of depends. So it's just hard to convince me right now. I'm even surprised I max minted Cryptoys. The only reason why I did that is because they had a BOGO deal for the Star Wars. Now they have a BOGO deal for the Mickey and stuff. But until there's like a market, I'm not too bullish on the whole project. I kind of just threw $200 in there just to kind of wait and see what happens when the market does eventually open up, and see if I can kind of flip it, make a good profit. Maybe I really like the project, later on. But as of right now, putting in like another $100 or like $200 into Cryptoys, and then like, okay, another couple $100 into Todd McFarlane, then another couple $100 in this project and that. All of a sudden, like my money's just like too spread out. It's like I'd rather just focus it on like Veve, Omi, DC, and like that's it. Like just keep it super simplified. That's my goal. I know that was kind of a bit of a rant, but Hamoon, what's up, dude? You going for the McFarlane tomorrow? I'm not. I have an account and all that stuff, but quite frankly, as all of you guys know, like maybe you don't know, but actually like a little over 2 months ago at this point, like my MetaMask got hacked. I downloaded a stupid link. Long story short, so I got all my stuff hacked. So like my spawn, all that stuff went away. As of right now, it's all like rectified. Like I'm good to go. I can like trade and do Web3 stuff, but like I'm still trying to figure out like how to bridge my Omi. And even now, like I do want to buy Fish. Actually, that is kind of because it's a thing directly tied to Veve. I do want to buy Fish. I do own a Fish, and I do get a bunch of airdrops, and the community was awesome when I joined. They gave me a bunch of stuff for free, but I still need to like use Cash App, buy Bitcoin, move Bitcoin to, I don't know, like Coinbase, use Coinbase from Bitcoin to Ethereum, then move Ethereum to my MetaMask wallet, and then use that to then buy. Like, it's a lot of steps. I have a friend that typically helps me out with a lot of that stuff. So I'm still kind of new, relatively new to all that. I feel like I could navigate it on my own if I wanted to, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you make one wrong mistake, all your money's gone, or you just mess up. So, but I do want to buy Fish just because there is a drop happening on Veve. We're streaming on Friday. Oh, we pre-scheduled it early. I thought it was today. We're streaming on Friday. We pre-scheduled it early. It's the kid's birthday that day, so we're doing an unboxing live for her. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no live stream for me tomorrow, but I will just do a morning market video. At least that's the plan. So tomorrow morning, keep an eye out. I'll do a morning market video. I don't know. I've been trying to find a way to like format and make it a bit more organized, because I feel like my market review or vibe check or whatever, it's just kind of like all over the place. So I might organize it a bit more. Have a small segment for like just going over like top comics, another section where I cover like golden moments. I feel like there's always, I feel like typically people are always talking about what, like top comics, golden moments, I don't know, like maybe Star Wars. It's kind of hard because we're gotten to the point now where there's like so many collectibles, so many comics, so many IPs. It's like I can't cover all, like especially within like a 10 to 15 minute window of like a market update, cover literally hundreds of comics and collectibles. Like I just can't. So jump back here real quick. What's up? And thank you so much. Wow, a lot of people showed up this early. I know I started my stream a little bit early. Yeah, about like 10, 15 minutes early. So it's nice seeing everyone show up. I think that Batman #1 could be worth tons at only 5,000 editions at current prices. It's a great one. I agree. That's probably another platform I might throw a little bit more money at. That's probably one I'm slow playing a lot, which is like DC Palm. I'm not too much of a hurry to throw hundreds of dollars at it to buy an extra comic or two of either like, Superman #1 or Batman #1. I'm kind of just playing drops and just waiting, to be honest. Next bull run could be good for those DC comics and Veve, of course. Yep. Pixel Trader, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Austin says, although if I were to guess, I don't think next bull run will happen until late 2024 or 2025. Wow. So you think it's going to be another like 14, 15 months at the soonest before we see a bull run? I could potentially see that. It just depends, because I think a lot of stuff revolves around like the Bitcoin halving that's happening like middle of next year. A lot of people think the next bull run's going to happen around late this year or early next year, right? A lot of people are talking about like the Bitcoin ETF. Will that kind of help bring a lot of investors or people that are interested in Bitcoin to jump in and start buying it? But there's a lot of like just moving parts in general. Also, even just Veve itself, like releasing like, all right, Veveverse and now Omi to bronze ticket, and then this and this and this. It's not going to bring new users in, but it will incentivize people that are already familiar with those platforms to just spend more money, I guess. Omi whale alert. Huge Moby. Huge Moby dick pics. Good for you. I'm trying to, one of these days, I think I might do streams just for fun. Just do a small little segment where I'm like impersonating either like Kid Arcade or like My Collectibles. I think that would be a lot of fun. My Collectibles, I think I've impersonated you a couple times just for fun. Kid Arcade is just kind of like, I can't do his voice that well, obviously, but he's just always like, I don't know, we'll jump to here. He's like, do you guys have a Todd McFarlane NFT? Do you guys have a Todd McFarlane NFT? Write down in the comments below. Todd McFarlane NFT, do you have one? Okay, what's it like? He'll repeat himself and then say down in the comments below. I've always enjoyed watching his streams, but we all have different tendencies and stuff like that. Look at the market. Actually, let me catch up with chat. Sounds like a big bag. Yeah, that's the plan. I do think Omi and all that stuff is gonna pump a bit before collectibles, in my opinion. What up, vibes? You won the Gunslinger spawn on our stream. We will hold it until you want to send it over. Okay, yeah, I did see your thing. I think I won 2 NFTs on your guys' streams, the last few streams, so I'll send that over. Still not sure if I technically, since I reset my password, it did a bunch of stuff. Like my old MetaMask should be good. I'm just contemplating whether I want to do like a new one. I think I'll still keep my old one for like community NFTs, but then make a new one strictly for actual investing. But around those times, love the impressions. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. I don't know. Randy's kind of hard. Randy's all over the place. I might have to have a few drinks to be able to impersonate Randy. Anyway. Yeah, dude, we got the Aladdin drop coming up, right? That's on Friday. It says right here, it's in 1 hour and 13 minutes. So that's exciting. I'm definitely going for the drop. To be quite frank, I'm probably just going to flip these. I'll go for the drop. Pretty much no matter what I get, I'll probably end up flipping it. If I get Aladdin, it's above retail. Cool. I'll flip it, take the free profit, flip the pencil, take the free profit. Same thing with like Jasmine. Even though I do think Genie and Aladdin Genie will be slightly below retail. Aladdin could be around it, but maybe even slightly below. But just the fact that you're also getting the pencil with it, right? It's, the pencil is probably going to go for like 15 at the cheapest, assuming it like sells out and everyone's just like FOMOing into the desk. I feel like everyone that wants the desk already has the pencils, right? For the most part. I don't think anyone's, I think whales have stopped stacking Wreck-It Ralph pencils and stuff. So, and then Jasmine, yeah, it's going to be one of those things where, yeah, I do think it's like going to go up in value, then it's just going to pull back. Like, it's a must drop. Just go for the free pencil. Can't go wrong. Yeah, that's my thought exactly. Maybe I think the last couple drops, I do think people in the community have gotten a bit smarter in the sense of like they know pencils nowadays will go anywhere between 15 to 25 gems, so it's already priced in. So I do think some people are going to be willing to sell the genie for like 15 gems, like 15-20 gems, if people get that aggressive about flipping or selling it. Same thing with like Aladdin, although Jasmine, I don't know where she's going to be placed at, but she is a princess. It's her FA, like that's a big one. Jared Souza says way below. What's good, vibes? What's up, Choo Choo? I like the Choo Choo train. I don't know why, but when I think of Choo Choo train, I think of like Waterboy. He sounded like a big choo choo train. Pasternak. I always trying to pronounce your name. Say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Subscribing is a free way to support the channel. I have to like memorize his intro. I'll have to do that. And then whenever he starts talking about Omi, You know, they're like, oh, what's Omi going to be like in 2023? It's like, I don't know. It's just, you know, if we, you know, if everything legs up and, you know, we get Pokemon announced at the end of the year, then, I mean, we're looking at a, you know, $4 or $5 Omi. You know, I sell it, I get, you know, $400 million. You know, I put that back into Omi. You know, I buy some low mint Lukes. You know, it starts getting pretty crazy pretty quickly. You know, that's kind of how I imagine it. What's gonna happen when they take the pencils away for Disney drops? What do you mean? You mean just for the burn? Like when they just burn the pencils, when people like exchange them? I don't think the pencils are, again, this is all my opinion, right? I don't think they're compelling enough. I think it's, unfortunately, I do think they're kind of going to get left out to dry, just like the Infinity Stones, just like, you know, unfortunately, like the Hulks, when they announced that airdrop, the utility, especially since you don't burn them, right? You just use them to craft and then you just sell them and floor them. Those are going to absolutely nosedive after, not only after the announcement of the airdrop, which they might actually uptick a little bit after the announcement, but after the day of the airdrop where you can craft it, yeah, then they're all going to nosedive pretty hard. I think that's what you mean with the pencils. I could be wrong. What's going to happen when they take the pencils away for Disney drops? I think you mean the burn. Slob says, what up, Vibes? My collectibles? Yes, sir. Vibes pumping. $5 Omi, now we're talking? Yeah, something like that. It could happen, right? I mean, anything can happen. It really depends on how big Veve gets. If license, like, honestly, if one of the big 4 or 5 licensors that we have, if they just get on board and start actively promoting Veve and just digital NFT or just digital collectibles and all that stuff, like it's just going to expedite that even faster, right? Same thing with Omi. If Omi actually gets on an exchange, like Binance or whatever, like it's, you know, and actually breaks the top 100 traded cryptos, like, yeah, like those are all very big, like, milestones. I mean, the incentive not to lose will be gone. Yeah, I mean, the pencils are only for these series of drops, right? Outside of that, when Disney drops more FAs or other series of collectibles or whatever it is, obviously, I would assume there's not going to be any more pencils. The 5 pencils are only for this series of drops. So, but I think they're trying different things. They're just learning, right? What if we pair a pencil with a series of collectibles? What if we tried a crafting thing? What if we burned it? What if we didn't burn? You know, I think they're trying a lot of different things. Excited for Fish and all the future Brock drops. Yeah, that does sound pretty exciting. And when you really think about it, this is the first like community, like actual Veve community member, like led like NFT, right? You know, Brock isn't some super famous like independent artist or this or that, as far as I know. Maybe he is in certain circles, but he's not some, you know, he's not a huge IP or anything like that. But it's like in a way, kind of like the first community NFT on Veve, which is pretty cool. I'll definitely be minting a few. Many going for it only because they can at least break even. Exactly, right? When the risk is almost very little or almost non-existent, of course you're going to lose a little if you end up landing, I don't know what it was last time, but let's say you land the genie, even though he should be higher, but odds are, I have a feeling like people might floor this for as low as like 15 gems, just because they're just like, all right, sell. Okay, then if I get the pencil, let's say worst case scenario, I sell that for 15 gems as well. Okay, I only lost 10 gems on the drop, but at least I had a chance at getting Aladdin. Or maybe when I get airdrop the pencil, I have a chance to sell it sooner rather than later, and I can actually get like 25 gems versus 20 versus 15 or whatever. So let's see here. When Hulk? Yeah, when the hell is Hulk coming? I really hope Veve, or like Marvel, I mean, it's not Veve, right? At the end of the day, it's always Marvel, DC, Disney, like whoever's the IP, whoever's the licensor. I'm sure Veve might have some say, but at the same time, I do think like Marvel obviously has a big say, like when stuff actually drops or happens. So yeah, when Hulk? That's my question too. I've had the set for like over a month now. Dude, Red Hulk pulled like way back. Do you guys remember a day when like Red Hulk was like 200 gems? Backpedal. There was a time where Hulk was like, Red Hulk was like 200 gems. Now he's below 70. It's at like 65 gems. Actually, let me zoom in a couple times here. Yeah, he's at like 65 gems. Red Hulk. And then, what's it called? Hulk. Planet Hulk. Yeah, he's still, yeah, 169. That's how much I bought mine for, was 169. When the drop happened, I didn't land it on drop, but I was like at work, and so the prices were going up and up. My goal was to probably, I wanted to grab one below like 140, but that just like never happened. Yeah, I'm just, it's been so long. People have gotten bored. People started flooring them for super cheap. So I don't know. We'll see. I really hope it's a good payoff. If not, you know, it is what it is. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into by kind of chasing these drops a bit. So Crazy Dan 420 Fishes on Veve is cool. It is really cool. Did they like hint it a little bit too with the, I think it was Decon last year when they were showing off like the Veve verse. There was like swimming fish like in the sky or like in the, you know, skybox or whatever. I assume that was fish, and so that was super cool. And the fish look really awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, let me see if I can find the tweet. Aladdin. Was it a retweet? Go back. We have to go to replies. Dude, what do you guys think about this like this Black Widow nesting doll? I do not know what to make of it. I know we're kind of talking about something different, but I do not know what to make of this. Like, I'm not gonna go for it. I mean, we'll just pull it up super quick. Sorry for the flashbang there. List price 30 gems. There's a lot of stuff you can get for 30 gems, and this 2,222 mints. It's not that rare, to be honest. I would be surprised if more than 300 of these, 400 of these sell. So they said they're holding back 90, so that would be about 2,130 editions. I'd be surprised if this goes below 1,800, like, you know, where it says like how many are sold or like left. I'd be surprised if more than 300 or 400 of these sell. Yeah, this is 30 gems. It's just too much. I know a lot of people are joking like this is the new vertical that Veve was talking about, like, you know, Russian nesting dolls or whatever, but I don't know. Again, none of this is financial advice. You guys can do whatever you want with your gems, but for me personally, that's a hard no for me. Dude, where is the, I could have sworn they did a tweet about where's the tweet about the fish? Did I not go back far enough? Maybe I didn't go back far enough. I'm looking at like all responses too. All right, just give me a second here. I don't want to show anything I'm not supposed to. Or actually, I don't need that either. Let's go look at this in the meantime. Brock tweeted about it. All right, let me see if I can find him. I'm pretty sure I'm following him on. All right, let's do this. $11 hours ago. Oh, here it is. Oh, he did it. Okay, he dropped the thing. Dude, what is... Dude, these are some really, really cool looking fish. And it feels weird saying fish all the time, but yeah, the Fishes Series 1 promo. And I could have sworn in the Discord with Brock, I thought he said you could mint like up to 400 of them or something like that, or you would get like that many codes. I have no idea if that's true or not, but there's quite a few here, but these are like really, really, really cool looking fish. I'll zoom in a bit more so you guys can see. That one looks really cool. I like this one as well. It's kind of like see-through, but it looks like it must have has like a bunch of like veins and stuff. And then I don't know what these. I do like the yellow, green, and blue there. This one's really cool. This one reminds me of some like kind of like undersea weird like carousel looking type fish. And these are all interactive. So it says interactive. I don't know if that means it just makes sound or if it does move, because I think that might be different than animated. I do think that's different. It's like whether it's animated versus interactive. I'm not sure if there's a difference, but I do think these might move around or do some. This one's really cool. This is the ultra rare and the most scarce one. This one has almost 1,100 editions. This one looks really cool too. I like them all. I would not be upset if I got any one of the four. Of course, I think everyone wants the scarcest one. This one's a common. This one's uncommon, rare, ultra rare. Nice. And there's a 2% licensor fee, so it's actually 4.5%, not 2.5 or 8.5. So just a heads up there. But really, really cool. Yeah, check out. Like I said, I have a fish. I haven't bought one. I think I bought one like a long time ago, but go ahead and close that. Superstars are live as well. I'm in a pickle. What you do is you put us live on 2 different monitors or 2 different tabs. That's what you do. Nogi All-Star, what's up, vibes? Haven't been in your stream in a while. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the scheduling. It's just tough because by the time I get off work, I'm trying to like work out, eat, do a stream, and then I do want to you know, unwind and stuff too. I've been watching a lot of gosh, what's it called? Not Dark Matter, not that show. I've been watching a lot of The Expanse recently. If you guys haven't watched that, first season's interesting. It can be a bit slow, but I've been watching a lot of The Expanse, and it's a show I watched like 2 or 3 years ago, kind of got bored and stopped, but now they're like 4 seasons in, so I've been watching The Expanse now. I'm enjoying it so far. My collectible says 50 gems would be fun. I think you were talking about the Russian like nesting dolls with Black Widow. I agree. 15 gems. I think I might go for it at 15 gems, but at 30, there's just no way. If it was at 10 gems, I probably would just to go for it. Maybe go for like a low min, or maybe you land it early and then you can flip it super quick. But weirdest drop ever. They look like Karens. Yeah, the whole nesting doll thing is a bit obscure. Yeah, not a huge fan of it. You can even tell by like the comments too. Some people are like, what is this? Video shows rare. Okay, I guess they fixed that. People are just like, interesting. Well, some people like it. You know, this is dope. Some people like it. Hella random, but I'm here for it. Wes says he would like to see 500 supply. Great min size for the price. Cool collectible. Dude, that's actually a really funny gif. He's like, I can't do this. He's just like laughing. Secondary price prediction, 378 with 2,000 remaining unminted. That means there would have to be like 130 minted out of that many. I think there's going to be about, I would be surprised if more than 300 get minted. So probably about that much, like 1,900, 1,800. It is original. It's interesting. It's like the first of that like medium or whatever, but I don't know. Not what I got on VV for personally. Mr. Planet Prophet. VV Vibes is the 9-foot tall Batman when he's alone. Yeah, I wish. Just give me, I don't need anything else. Just give me the billionaire portion of Batman. That's all I need. Then I'll be happy. I'm not that tall in the grand scheme. I am tall, like on average, but when you put me up next to like VV Meister or the biggest bro or and his brother, there was still a handful of people that were like much taller than me. Like I'm 6'3", but there's some people like, dude, VV Meister, I think he's 6'5", probably 6'6". Biggest bro and his brother are taller than me. There's a few other people too. Like pasta. It's Pastor. It's Pasternak, my favorite NHL player. Oh, pasta. Pasternak. 88. Okay, and that looked like I don't know, I don't really watch hockey that much. I did watch when I used to live in Northern California for college and stuff. I did go to a couple Sharks games in San Jose. But Pasternak, I'll probably forget, but don't hold me to it. Crazy Dan, if you minted a fiche, you will get a code to redeem one on the Veve app. Yeah, that's cool. So I do want to mint multiples. I think he said you can mint multiples or get as many fiches as you want. I think I could have sworn he said the limit was like 400, and I'm like, I would have to read his Discord again to get like the most up-to-date information, but it looks like they already have the mints figured out. So wow, those fiches look great. I never got into them before because of the look. Yeah, they look kind of funny before, especially if you're just doing like the digital experience, like just on like your computer. But I guess if you want the NFT version, now they have it. Now it's available. So I need to kind of figure that out. What was I doing? Let's look at the market really quick. Rising NFTs. Look at that. Avengers Annual number 10. I think this is just, again, thin floors. This is first appearance of Rogue. I really do like this comic. This is one let me actually check out the common for this. Add portfolio. Ooh, I can click on the common. It's under 4 gems. Dude, these new windows are hurting my eyes. This is one I haven't been doing it yet. But this is one, at least me personally, I'm kind of silently stacking. Not at a crazy degree, but every once in a while, if I do see it below a certain price, I just buy one. And let me see something really quick. Yeah, I figured there's 2 of these. Minimize that. Let's look at the golden moments. Kind of curious what they're doing. Golden moments. To be honest, I thought the lamp would go up a bit after the announcement of Aladdin, but it looks like it hasn't really budged much at all. Maybe it did a bit. Went from 94, or sorry, went up to 20. Went from 27 gems up to almost 31. But that's about it. I mean, that thing hardly moved. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet is at 32. Which ones are the cheapest right now? Floor price. What's like the cheapest golden moment possible? All right, well, not Walt. Let's flip it. Cogsworth and Lumiere. Interesting. 23 gems, 24. A lot of the duo ones are super cheap, which is kind of, I wouldn't say crazy, but you know, these are all double FAs, like Timon and Pumbaa, Flounder and Sebastian, Cogsworth and Lumiere. Like they're all FAs. Lamp is FE, Winnie the Pooh is and Piglet are both FA. Donald and Daisy. I really like Iron Man. I don't know why, but like if someone put a gun to my head was like, what's your favorite golden moment? And I had to pick one other than Walt, it'd probably be Iron Man. I don't know what it is, but. And then C-3PO. Wow, Sorcerer's Hat is actually holding its value pretty well. And this is typically the tier. I remember a long time. I remember, if you guys remember, I made like a tier list video of like the best golden moments from like best to worst or whatever it was, or like most popular, or which ones I think are going to perform the best. Obviously, Partner Statue was at the top. But like this is almost like the exact order I put it in. I'm like, I knew Partners, then R2. And I said these 3 would fight it out a lot, which was like Sorcerer's Hat, C-3PO, and Elsa. Like those 3 would have like duke it out for like the 3rd spot, just depending on what was hot at the time. And Iron Man was probably number 4, somewhere on the lower end of this mix. And then unsurprisingly, you know, skateboard logo, those are kind of being propped up by their scarcity versus the FA. I do think Homer and Bart is pretty underrated. I do think Homer and Bart is underrated or overlooked. I mean, it's almost back to box price, which is pretty nutty to think about. We got Wally here. We got Chippendale, Pizza Planet truck. G Money says Wally's probably my favorite. Yeah, I can see that. Wally. Yeah, Wally is really, really cool. Let's see what he's been doing the last like 6 months. Wow, there's a point he went up to like 110. I don't know if there was actually a purchase there. Maybe there's some delistings. But yeah, it looks like there was someone that was just kind of on 2 different occasions just was like, all right, I'm just going to buy up 4 Wallies, or I'm going to buy up all the Wallies below 100 gems. Either that happened twice or again, just delistings. But yeah, this is definitely the all-time low for Wally. He was 50 gems just a few days ago. Now he's at 52. Iron Man is my favorite golden moment, right? It's also the only Marvel golden moment. I know I've said that probably 47 times on stream, but all of these are Disney, Star Wars, Disney, Star Wars, Disney, like, but for golden moments, it's, there's only Iron Man. That's it. Or for Marvel, there's only Iron Man and the Avengers logo, but it's, I think people will want both. Obviously Simpsons is kind of a unique one, but Disney D, if you guys don't have that D yet, you should buy it. I don't own it yet either. So I remember I sold my Wally for 1.2k to chase a Donald and Daisy at 1.8k. I felt smart at the time. We all did. We all really thought we did, but look at us now. We got Dino in the house. Vibes and chilling. What's up, dude? I know it's been a while since we've hung out and talk. I've just been busy with real life. Hope life's treating you well. I think we talked about you a couple streams ago, believe it or not. Something about egging on, all that stuff. And Dino, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I don't know why it didn't show up in my chat. It showed up on the right as an alert, but not in my chat. Vibes fan, but yeah, thanks for so much for stopping by. Just hanging out. There it goes. I don't know why there was like a huge delay, but now it's showing up. I'm trying to remember what we were talking about with Dino. I think it was something about like blaming you for like the VV market or something like that, silly. And I remember mentioning, I'm like, yeah, Dino was right for the wrong reasons. You were like, I'm gonna sell everything for Star Wars, which is technically correct, but you also like kind of foresaw but unforesaw like the huge market crash that happened in early 2022. So there was that. Remember that Guardian of the Galaxy poster contest in May? Fandango never dropped it on Veve, and it was months ago. Really, they never dropped it? They never dropped it. I thought they did, but there was just like super limited mints. Are you talking about like the Love and Thunder one? Love and Thunder? This one? Dude, sometimes this has like weird music. This one? Thor Love and Thunder? Or am I thinking of something completely different? Dino says he has to blame. You are to blame. You are. When they come out with the VV documentary, they're going to talk about not, you know, Red Skull, but Egghead. Like, they're like, Red Skull, the big, bad, evil guy. Like, no. Egghead. Mr. Eggman from Sonic. That's Dino. No, not that one. Or just, well, you said there's none on the app, so I don't know. I mean, I believe you. I mean, I pay so little attention to like the little promo posters and stuff like that, but let's see here. The golden moments, and then we'll take a look at the, I don't know. Let's look at ultra rare comics. I don't know why. I just feel like looking at ultra rare comics. Ultra rare. What's cheap right now? What's the cheapest ultra rare comic you can get? Floor price. What's the most expensive? Let's go for the cheapest. Of course, Tarzan, all day, every day. Wow, Incredible Hulk, 418. You know why I think this is so cheap? Because for some reason on the drop, a lot of people really like the rare over the ultra rare version. Let me show you guys this. Whoops. 418. Show you all. Yeah, if you look at like, I don't know why, but a lot of people really liked the way this like white popped with like the green and all that stuff. It just looks cleaner than it's kind of like gray washed out. I think they both look fine, But this one does kind of like wash out the color a bit, and it's, I don't know. I mean, they both look awesome, but I do think the rare, I mean, you could tell it's like less than, it's barely a 3 gem difference between the rare and the ultra rare. Let's go back to ultra rare comics. Human Torch, dude, I remember this comic was not like super popular, but this the whole like Marvel's #1 thing, just because it was such an early drop. A lot of people liked it. I love the art, but yeah, apparently you can get this Human Torch thingy for $10. Sorry, I may have missed it, but do you have a Batmobile price prediction? I do not. Honestly, I've not followed the whole McFarlane Batman thing close enough. Like, I don't know about the mints. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know what it takes to get in. Obviously, people with like whitelist and have it discounted are able to sell it for more profit, so they might sell it for less. Like, who knows? But I haven't. I don't really have a price prediction for it. I wanted that poster, Nick. Yeah, did they ever drop that poster? I don't know. Vibes, it's called Marvel Studios Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3 poster. Can you find it on Veve? Let me see if I can. Here. Ooh. We'll just do Galaxy. That way we don't pull up. Marvel's gonna, yeah, this one. Dude, I didn't even know this existed. What the? All right, sorry, I'm gonna have to flashbang you guys here, but dude, look at this. I've not seen this poster. Dude, this is such a just like hidden thing on the app that you would just like never know. Doesn't look that good. Like the detail seems a little, maybe it just needs to render a bit more. I don't know why, but like Rocket Raccoon looks way more detailed. Okay. I was gonna say, like, why does Rocket Raccoon look so much more detailed than Mantis or Star-Lord? But I think it's just rendering weirdly. Like it looks like Mantis's face is like fuzzy, then it turns like clear. Also, I just hate the way you like view collectibles on here. Like it's like stuck in a fixed position. I can't like look at it. Or maybe you can and I just don't know how to like operate it, but it's an okay looking poster. It does look pretty cool. Yeah, dude, I had no idea that thing existed. So thanks for bringing it to my attention. That's super interesting. I had like no idea that that thing existed. Can you find it on Veve? Yeah, I got you. Pasternak. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna admit. Let's go. Hey Dino, is it on Veve, that poster? Still no, right? I haven't looked, but I believe you still been so long. That's secret rare 1090 of them, but I don't see anything. Yeah, that's weird. I guess either no one claimed it or they just never dropped it. One of the two. Let's see. Spider-Woman Vibranium variant. Cool. Some of these covers look pretty cool. A lot of 10 gem ultra rares. Now we're kind of getting into a new era of comics where like there's a lot of common comics right now below 2 gems, like chilling at like 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 gems. There's a lot of rares right now hanging out. I mean, we'll look at the rares. Yeah, like there's a lot of rare comics between like 4 to 5 gems right now. Like this whole page, I mean, these are a little bit over 5, but like this whole page is from 4 to 5 gems. And I remember back in the day when, 7 gems for a rare or for box price was like an absolute steal, which it still is depending on the comic. Look at secret rares. What are those doing? 22 gems, man, for Tarzan and the Apes. A lot of Tarzans up here on the first page. All new Ghost Rider. Yeah, these are pretty cool comics. Obviously not worth much, which is why they're below like 30 gems, but like that. Back to all. Interesting. Wow, are these the cheapest comics right now? These are just floor price in general, just the cheapest comics in general. First appearance of Psylocke, super cheap. First appearance of Jubilee, super cheap. Which one's this? I don't think this is. I think Marvel Premiere 21. Is that first appearance of anything? I don't think so. Dude, like you could just see here on this front page, like these are comics like 1.3 gems, 1.5, 1.5, 1.6. Like there's a lot of comics below 2 gems right now. I mean, we're talking, what is this? Over 5 pages of comics at or below 2 gems right now. I think that also includes uncommons. So I guess, yeah, if we just do commons, I think if anything, uncommons probably have even more. Yeah, like 4 or 5 pages. Yeah. I mean, these are on the cusp of 2 gems, so it's pretty much like 5 pages of comics, like under 2 gems. There's a lot of good ones too. The only thing that's really holding a lot of these back is just the higher mints, right? Like I do want more of this, like Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. She-Hulk is probably okay. Bullseye, I think that's a kind of interesting one. First appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. Dark Avengers. Same thing with this is the first appearance of the Illuminati. I think that's New Avengers number 7, I believe. Devil Dino, a bunch of stuff like that. So Vibes, what's your craziest hit on drop story? Would love to hear it. Has to be Steamboat Willie. No, actually it's hitting Walt on drop. That was my second drop I ever landed. The first drop I ever got was Elsa. I won her. Dude, at the time I had like hardly any money. I was like between jobs doing a bunch of stuff, and my friend told me about Veve, so I put in some money, landed Elsa, and I saw the prices just going crazy, and I was like, all right, should I buy it? Should I not? I don't know, but like I really want to go for Walt, but right now I can't afford to put like $300-400 into the app, in addition to already putting in 80 gems or whatever for the Elsa drop. So I sold Elsa, just took a complete risk. I sold Elsa I think for like 300-400 gems. So I had enough for Walt. And then I remember like laying in the middle of my, not laying, but sitting down in the middle of my living room with like the modem, like right next to me, just spam tapping the drop for Walt. And I remember gating it and I'm like, oh my God. And I took a screenshot after I purchased it, did all this stuff. And so that was my craziest drop story. Steamboat Willie was pretty big too, but like landing Walt was, that's kind of what kickstarted the whole thing for me, to be honest. Like that drop alone is what gave me enough liquidity to like play in the market, buy, sell, trade, do all this kind of stuff, where I felt like I actually could like learn the market. Steamboat Willie wasn't until much later. Yeah, that one. Yeah, getting that Walt was definitely the biggest one. Steamboat Willie was big too. I was an idiot and didn't take my profits at 10K. I was like, nah, I think this will keep going up and up, and dude, it was just, looking back in hindsight, you're like, oh my God, what did I sell? But like everyone was on the hype train. We all thought like this was it. There's, hundreds of thousands of users flooding into Veve, on like a monthly basis, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but we thought like, thousands of people were just flooding into Veve on a monthly basis. Bitcoin was up, everything was up. Digital collectibles were hype as hell. Everything was going sky high. Like everyone was talking about utility, interoperability, and Veveverse, and oh my God, like everything you can think of, everything was just like everyone's on cloud 9, until we weren't, and then we kind of head back to reality. But it's just one of those things where you just learn from, right? I think everyone that was part of that is gonna be able to play this next cycle much smarter this time around versus last time, right? And there's going to be a whole bunch of new people, right? They're going to join a year or two from now, during or in the middle of that bull cycle. They're going to be buying at the top, right? And then that's going to pull back. Things aren't just going to go up forever. And they're going to be the ones like us, a couple years back, like, oh man, I should have sold, when my Todd was at this price or whatever. So it all evens out. There's still plenty of opportunity to make a lot of either money or collect what you want on Veve. See here. All right, what is down the most? Let's see. 24-hour trend down, and I want to look at collectibles. It's a little too cheap. Let's look at collectibles that are at least like 100 gems. Like these are collectibles that actually like move a bit. Degen Dungeon, Aether. Dude, I remember when Aether was like 400 gems. Now it's at 150. Choices Ultraviolet. That one, the floors are so thin on these. Of course, it's going to jump up or down pretty quickly. Eye of Agamotto, Secret Rare, Animated. Diablo Gold. That one's down 37%. Oh no, sorry, 37 gems. I'm like 37%. That's a shit ton. No, it's down 15%. Doctor Doom is pulling back. Dude, Doctor Doom is another one I've been keeping a close eye on. I mean, he's probably one of the most, outside of Thanos now, but for a long time, I would say before Thanos, like Doctor Doom was like the iconic villain. I think he still can be. Yeah, he got as cheap as 90. Let's do all time. Yeah, I think his cheapest looks like he's ever been was like 95 gems. I don't think he's ever been below that. 95 gems. Which is why it says, it doesn't say all-time low here. So he still has about 20 more gems to drop to get to like all-time lows and like even lower. Black Panther's pulling back. Dude, a lot of secret rares stuff. A lot of like ultra rare secret rares. Like Miles is down quite a bit, but the floor is just so massive that, again, one listing and all of a sudden it's like undercut by 20%. It's like Edward Rizzo, all-time low, barely 1,000 gems right now, ultra rare. Black Panther, secret rare. This is secret rare, ultra rare, secret rare, secret rare, ultra rare, secret rare. Like, I realize these have the most room to fall because they're the most expensive, right, in like their series. So, but yeah, Thor animated, 120 gems. It's down like 9%. Yeah. Yeah, these top two columns are double digits down, and this whole bottom row is about high single digits, usually like 10, 9%, something like that. Doctor Doom is the best mighty. Ooh, what is the best mighty? That is a good question. It definitely has the most mints of the villains. Let me actually get rid of this 100. I gotta do Marvel Mighties, I think. What is the best? I just do Marvel Might. Okay, cool. What is the best Marvel Mighty? I know it's very subjective. Yeah, Doom is very close. I do like Beta Ray Bill a lot. I'd say aesthetically, Odin looks very, very good. Like, I don't know why, but he just looks like he's like slightly higher detail. I'm not sure if it's because of the reflection on his like gold armor and stuff like that. That could be it. Green Gobby looks decent. Not a huge fan of Rocket Raccoon. Don't know why. Even though it's very simplistic, I do think Human Torch looks pretty good. I could have sworn, where's Spider-Man 2099? Did I pass him? Dude, it's got to be MODOK. I mean, look at MODOK, right? Pretty cool. Oh, there's Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, I mean, that one looks really, really cool. That's tough. If we're talking strictly investing wise, ugh. I would coin flip it between Doctor Doom and actually Spider-Man 2099. Just because Spider-Man is so popular and there's way less mints of this than compared to the other Spider-Mans. Doctor Doom is really cheap. Any of the villains like Red Skull, Doctor Doom, Green Goblin, like any of those are good, but I do think Doctor Doom is going to be the biggest bad, right? But if we're talking about just aesthetically, I do think 2099 looks really good. And I think Odin looks really good too. Don't care much for Namor. I actually haven't even seen that movie, to be honest, the one with Namor. Oh well. Choo Choo says, I'm gonna say Spider-Man 2099. That looks really good. Shuri is the best, huh? Let's look at Shuri. Honestly, most of the kind of like Black Panther ones I kind of overlook. The by far the worst one is Cosmo. I don't think you can debate that. I don't think you can debate the fact that Cosmo looks the worst. It looks just way too just like weird and shiny. I don't know. It just looks like it just looks like me if I dip myself in chocolate and shave my eyebrows. Like it just looks too strange. It's just like unsettling. Percy Riri Williams. Where's, I'm just gonna type it in. Did I spell it right? Black Panther actually looks pretty cool too. Just the outfit. I do think that one looks pretty cool. I probably overlooked it. Groot looks bad, but at least there's like some shading. There's actually some like contrast with like the green and the brown, and his eyes look a little bit different. And he's kind of doing like an action pose a little bit, like, and there's a little twig coming out. Like there's some redeeming features about Groot. With Cosmo, there's nothing. I don't know. He looks like an unfinished plastic toy that like got rushed out, and there's like some detail missing. Like there's no way to tell he has like fur. There's no texture. The eyes and stuff look unsettling. I don't know. It just looks very strange. Secret Rare Spidey, yeah. Doom is Fire, SR Spider-Man. Open Up Shuri. Red Skull looks cool. Red Skull does look cool. Black Panther Mighty looks real good, yeah. Nah, bro, Groot is bad. I'll probably put him in bottom 5, but what's the vibe with the Hulk airdrop? This is crazy right now. Where is it? We don't know. That's what we're trying to wait for. VV Wheels, what's up, dude? That's right, fam. What's up? That's what I'm talking about. Black Panther actually looks pretty cool. Invisible Woman is the worst Mighty. Probably, or it's one of the worst. Oh, kind of gross looking. It does look really unsettling. The face looks terrible, but I will say at least the hands, again, action pose, hands have some like invisible little texture going on. It does look really, really ugly. I still think Cosmo's the worst, but that one is like this one's probably number 2, followed by Groot, and then Shuri. Everyone's saying Shuri. Am I spelling her name wrong? I don't know what I don't see it. Wish she stayed invisible? Yeah, just stay invisible. Bro, worst Mighty set ever. Groot. It's not even looking like Groot. He does look goofy. I will say that. I'm not saying he looks good, but nowhere near as bad as Cosmo. Who's down to buy an NFT of my taint? No thanks. G Money, there's some terrible Mighties, yeah. Some of them look like frogs. Yeah, dude, you do not want that. When your Mighties look like a completely different amphibian, it's not the way to go. I also, if you guys haven't checked out my video, I think I released it this morning. It was like 10 FAs you completely forgot about. I already forgot my list, to be honest. I remember I excluded Marvel Mighties because I feel like people talk about Marvel Mighties enough on and off. But I did release a video earlier today about like 10 FAs you forgot about. And dude, I will say this. This is one that literally everyone forgot about. This one. Oswald. Dude, I forgot this was on Veve. You guys remember like the hype around this? It wasn't insane, but you guys remember the hype around Oswald? Like this is an FA, right? And it's a significant Disney character and yada, yada, yada. But it's like, dude, I don't think anyone's talked about this thing for like 4 or 5 months, maybe even 6 months. And that was the whole reason for the video. I was like, all right, I'm going to talk about FAs that I feel like no one's really talked about, like either in spaces or in a video or whatever, in like 4 to 5 months. And so that was like my list. And this was like my number 1, or technically number 10, but whatever. I'm like, because when did this release? Does it say here? I mean, we'll just go back as far as we can. January of this year. So it was like January 27th, 28th, whatever. Like, I don't think anyone's talked about him since March, where the price got down like this low. Like, I don't think anyone's talked about him. So that was like my number 1. I'm like, bro, I completely forgot that was on the app. The other one was actually Alice. I think that was my number 9. She's under 20 gems right now. And there's, when you really think about it, 2,300 mints isn't that many. It's high in this like market, but I do think she's going to be popular just for the fact that, you know, Alice in Wonderland is pretty like popular. It's big in pop culture. People that also take like a bunch of psychedelics and stuff like that. Like, oh, how deep does the rabbit hole go? Alice in Wonderland, that kind of whole thing. So I think it'll be popular for those reasons. So, but yeah, like she's under 20 gems right now. And I feel like no one's talked about her in a minute, even though she was released again, January of this year. I don't think it's some other, and I try to keep it FAs under 20 gems because like there's actually a lot of FAs that people just straight up forgot about. Let's actually go through collectibles, then flip the release date. Go to here. And I didn't want to do any of these like Myrmicornos, like whatever. I didn't really care to talk about Myrmicornos, Unicornos. Like there's just too many FAs and like random stuff to pick. So I left those out. We'll say like Starfire was too much. So I try to keep it under 20 gems. So none of the, I do think one of the Powerpuff Girls is under 20 right now. Oh, neither of these, both of these are almost 20. So both Buttercup and Blossom are almost 20, but not quite there. Like Jim Lee, like when was the last time someone talked about Nightwing? Jim Lee, like when was the last time someone brought up Nightwing? Like never. It's been so long. I don't want to say Ultraman. I feel like people have talked a lot about Ultraman recently, especially with like localization with Japan and stuff. Catwoman, someone said like Catwoman was slept on. How mad would you be if FA Wolverine was a mighty? I would understand as long as it doesn't look like trash. I would understand. I would buy a lot of them, but I would much prefer if he was an actual 3D digital collectible. I wouldn't be. Just don't make him look like trash. Please God, just don't make him look like trash. I would really hope Marvel and or Veve would like give him like justice and not make him look like complete trash. News Now Marijuana. What's up, dude? It's been so long since I've seen some of you guys in here. Mighty Groot looks like a turtle without the shell. That's had the top of its head bit off. That's a description and a half. Everyone's sleeping on FA Catwoman. Yeah, FA Catwoman. She was on my list. She was under 20 gems. So she actually did have a slight uptick, but yeah, she's under 20 gems right now. Same thing with Batgirl. I know Batgirl's not a huge fan favorite, but you know, she's not as popular as some of the other characters, but she's like 9 gems right now. And then Mira, and then of course FA Supergirl, but she's like 80 gems right now. Slimer almost made the list because he was almost at 20 gems, but I think Slimer, I know there's a lot of editions, 5,500, but I mean Ghostbusters is a pretty well-known IP. So Slimer for 20. Basically at 2021 right now. And again, I didn't talk about Labbits at all in the video because again, there's just like too many of them. Like picking out a singular Labbit out of like a whole group, or same thing with these choices and stuff like that. I decided not to pick any of those. I didn't do any Marvel Mighties either because I feel like people talk about Marvel Mighties like every month. What was another one that I was like, Man, no one's talked about the kind of Throg. Not really. He's not super popular. Everyone said this was the year of Oswald because Disney was celebrating 100 years. But I went to Disney World and didn't see anything Oswald at all. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yep, Jim. Yeah, the Nightwing. Yeah. I'd say Nightwing is... It looks super cool, but I definitely think like a lot of the VVOGs know Nightwing like very well, and kind of what the impact, because like Nightwing was the first one that really influenced like mint size. Like mint size was like a big deal. Like people went from popularity to then like switching to mint size because of Nightwing, because it had so few mints. So that kind of like almost instilled, or like basically instilled the idea of like, all right, scarcity is also a thing. It's not just like buy the most popular thing. It's also like, hey, take scarcity into consideration. And so I guess some people were trading like a Nightwing for 2 Todds like way back in the day, like late 2021, early 2022. G Money, crazy. How crazy expensive would have an FA SR Tinkerbell been back in the day with all that scarcity? Dude, oh, for sure, dude. Imagine Aladdin, Lion King. Gosh, like all the drops we've gotten recently. If those dropped a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, you know what's. Let me actually open up another tab. Like, what's Simba at right now? Whoops. Simba right now is at 35 gems. During the heart of the bull market, I think this thing would have been easily 500 gems. Like easily. During like the bull market, like I think it would have been like 500. And then Scar would have been like that. Scar would have been over $1,000, I think, easily. Considering that lenticulars were going for, remember, we're talking lenticulars here. Like there were some like lenticulars, like goofy lenticulars, and some of the other ones. What was it Goofy? I think that was the secret rare. That was going for like $3,000 at one point, right? So it's like, so I think this actually would have gone for more. Yeah, maybe Simba would have been closer to like 700 or something like that. Dino hyped Oswald said he saw merch at Disneyland. Sure, I don't know. I think anyone that like, I don't know. There's not enough people on Veve to warrant like, oh, because Disney has shirts or because they're like showing this off. Unless they literally say Veve on the shirt with Oswald, it doesn't matter. Because people are going to buy their Oswald shirts and toys and this and that if it exists. But no one's going to buy Oswald and be like, wow, I'm so glad I bought Oswald. I should download Veve and do it. Like, I get it. But it's, I don't know. When people say like certain IPs are pushing a thing, or like, I don't know, unless Veve explicitly expressed or whatever it is, I don't know. I usually don't jump on that bandwagon. I think everyone will want the James Bond animated glider in Metaverse and can park it on the Avengers landing port. Nerding out is fun. That is true. That would be really cool. Go back here. Yep, there's the glider we talked about earlier. I would say Captain Carter is another one. I mean, there's not a show. There's nothing really coming out about her that I know of. So one that's overlooked, sure, but one that you should probably buy. It's up to you. Let's see. Oh yeah, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man and Zombie Captain America. Like those are both technically FAs. And I said people are sleeping on these. Like Zombie Hunter Spider-Man's going for 10 gems. And then Zombie Captain America Common going for like 6.5. Super, super cheap. Again, it could always go lower. That's actually why I haven't like really pulled the trigger on a lot of this stuff, is because I genuinely think it can go lower. And with like 14 days of Veve being like, I know it sounds like a long time away, but like 2 months away, we can get some announcements. Market's going to go up and down a bit, but it's like when 14 days of Veve happens, or 15, or I think it's 15 days of Veve, market always just takes a big dip. People sell stuff to have enough liquidity for the 14 days. Slav says DC comic looks good, or DC number 15, or sorry, 58. You going for it? I would say so. Pretty much anything with a significant first appearance, I'll go for it on DC. If it's like some random 2021 comic or whatever, I usually just ignore it. I don't have the time or like the liquidity to like go for every single drop and like buy in the secondary. Like for me with DC, honestly, all I've really done is buy the drop if I think it's significant. And if I don't get it, I might buy it in the secondary, but more often than not, I usually get it. The only time I actually bought in the secondary is when I bought an extra FA Robin and FA Flash, I think. Flash and Flashpoint, like those two. That's the only time I really went for the extra. Goofy for went over 3.5K. That's what I thought. I thought he went for between like 3 to 4K. Right? Disney has never talked about Veve. None of the licensors have, like in a public. Some of them might have put out a tweet, but not in like a big sense. That's why, honestly, a lot of Veve's success is going to obviously rely on like word of mouth, getting crypto people involved if Omi pumps and all that kind of stuff. And like if Omi gets in the top 100, people are like, what the hell is this token? Then they find Veve. Okay, cool. That's like another way to like market it. But for the most part, if we're trying to get like the masses, we need the licensors to get on board and like actually advertise Veve. Unless Veve has this like massive budget and this like perfect marketing, you know, idea that they're going to release here in the next like year. If Marvel has Disney will. Yes. I think I must have misread that wrong. I don't know. Disney owns Marvel. Yeah, of course. But I feel like they're still treated pretty separately, at least on Veve. The way they do the drops, they're experimenting with a few different things, but I do feel like they're still kind of separate entities. What's another FA that like no one's talked about in a while? I'll probably do a few more pages here. What's like a collectible that you guys think that a lot of people are either sleeping on or that would look awesome in the Veveverse that a lot of people like don't really realize or like think about? I don't know. I do think one, and I think it's already been kind of spoiled a little bit, but I think the Coca-Cola, and this price already pumped because of the Veveverse, like this Starlight Orb, like making this expand, you know, obviously with its animation, it's going to look like really awesome. But I think a lot of people are overlooking this one too. This one, this zero sugar thing. Let's see if we can actually just pull it up here. Cola. Expand. Like if you actually look at the animation on this. Sorry if I'm going to flashbang you guys. But this actually looks really, really cool. Like the animation on it. Like imagine expanding this, but like hiding the can in some way, or like having the animation come out of a wall or like the floor. Like this, like that animation actually looks pretty cool. Like imagine having, I don't know, like a Golden Moments like statue and it covers the majority or pretty much the entire can, but you still have like the swirling effect around it. Or you could put it up, I don't know, you can't flip this, but if you put it upside down, so the majority of the can is in the ground, but the effect is, you know, imagine this upside down, but the effect is on top, so it's like swirling, because it looks like the swirl effect kind of goes below it a bit. I don't know, you'd have to like really play with it. I do think this effect is pretty cool, you know, and for 4 gens it's might be worthwhile to, it's up to you guys, but for 4 gems it's not bad. That's I randomly thought about it off the top of my head, but I'm curious if there's any cool ones. And then same thing with this one, 10 gems, Rewind Collective. Imagine just blowing this up and having your whole wall just be like rainbow, or having like certain areas be rainbow. So for 10 gems, I'm just thinking about stuff you can just like blow up and like make huge or like really cool. You know, for $10, being able to make that huge, or like an entire wall in your room, or maybe the floor. Dude, the floor. Could you imagine the floor being rainbow and you're like jumping around and shit, jumping on colors? That'd be actually kind of cool. Gold Dragon Girl would look dope. Dude, true. Put in dragon. Might actually show up. Yeah, it's showing up a bunch of stuff. Gold Dragon Girl. Gold silver or the full gold? Dude, full gold would look nice. Dude, gold silver. I forgot there's less mints of this, so that's why it's like 600 gems. Yeah, full gold. Let's just pull it up here. Kind of wish it would show us slightly more results rather than just like the top 4. Yeah, let's look at full gold Dragon Girl. Again, sorry for the bright screen. I don't know why it does the bright screen every time I click on view in 3D. Yeah, this one would look really, really good. RoboCop. He is a robot. He is a cop. He is a RoboCop. Nick Batchelor. I don't have her, but FA Minnie Mouse, only 2,000 of her and 90 gems. If digital collectibles succeed, she'll be nuts in the future. I hard agree. Also, Black and White, Robin, Penguin, Joker, Harley Quinn, all super underappreciated and valued. Nightwing, as we talked about. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just overlooking. Dude, what is taking so long here? Now I threatened to close the window and then it actually popped out. This would look really, really good in the Veveverse. Holy moly. Yeah, that would look sick. And that would look cool. Imagine like some other like swirl effect or some other thing like kind of contrasting the black and white. And you know what? I never really looked at the base. There's actually some intricate like etching in the base. I never looked at the base like at all. It's actually like really interesting. Check that out. Yeah, I think a lot of the season 1 stuff people have just kind of straight up forgot about, and I don't blame them, honestly. I don't know enough about Pilly Fantasy, but I'm sure there's some sleeper pickups here for a Pilly Fantasy. Let's see, NFTs, we'll just do collectibles, release date, reverse it. Yeah, there's so much good season 1 stuff. For me, I think some of the biggest sleepers, FA Joker. So right now, oof, dude, Joker just went below retail. Yeah, floor 76 gems, and it was going for 80 in the market. Joker. Yeah, dude, it's below retail. We actually got 3 listings below retail. Three Jokers. Yeah, dude, I really think this is a sleeper. Yeah, the mints are kind of high with 7,500, but Joker's always been like a top 3 villain for fictional characters of all time. Nick Batchelor, dude, thank you so much for the $10, dude. I really appreciate it. And the laughing cat, or is that a cat or a? No, it's not a cat. That's a Shiba. Get a Starbucks on me, dude. Thank you so much. I do like Starbucks. I usually keep it pretty simple with Starbucks. I think I usually just get an iced coffee with just cream and sweetener, and that's it. And usually that gives me it tastes good enough to where it tastes fine. And then I get a ton of energy. Like, I don't know what they put in that coffee. I don't know if they just put in extra shots or some crazy shit, but like, I make coffee here and I get a bit of energy. But dude, whenever I have that like Starbucks, I'm just like, phew. The only thing is that it's, you know, it can be a bit pricey at Starbucks rather than just like making your own. All season 1, accumulating season 1 stuff. That's not a bad plan either. You know what I didn't look at? I meant to look at the one. Wrong. What the hell? Let's go back here. This one also has like a very little listings too. 54, 28, 36. Yeah, a lot of season 1 stuff. Like, dude, like even picking up like Buttercup, Blossom, like, I don't know, like there's a lot of interesting season 1 stuff. Penguin, Harley, dude, Lumpy Space Princess, let's go. 16 gems. BMO, 10 gems. I've minted like 10 Peely over time since they dropped. Nice. You had any good drops, or like any like ultra rares or secret rares or anything like that, or you kind of, or did you get shafted on those? 22 is a lot more scarce, low risk with potential reward. Yeah, let's look at Peely really quick. Oh no, there's no H. Right? There we go. It's in release date, so these first 4 are from the first set, or the first series, and the second one is from the second series. This is really cheap. Yi Yi Xiao Chai. I don't know. I actually almost thought about watching Pili Fantasy, at least like the first, of course, very quickly. I'll watch it at like ×2 speed or 1.5, and just watch it. There's a couple different sites I use to watch different shows and stuff. So I'm kind of curious just to like watch it and just get the general sense of it. But I did hear that the rare guy, he's supposed to be like the best swordsman or something like that like challenges everybody. And like this one's also super popular too, but these other ones seem cool as well. These other ones seem to have slightly more detail. When do you guys look at it? This one actually has like a green aura and like lights around it, like green, red, purple, white, gold. I didn't notice that with these ones, to be honest. Do they actually have like an effect? I'm gonna have to like copy and paste this name because I do not know how to spell it. Still in the store. Okay. Sorry for the flashbang. They're animated? Let's go. Dude, I did not know this. These actually look pretty cool. Let me look at this guy. That actually looks pretty cool. Kind of wish the little floor animation wasn't perfectly flat, but that's fine. Like, looks cool from here, but like there's a, oh, it kind of disappears under. I guess it's fine that it disappears underneath. Yeah, that is really cool. Okay, I guess he doesn't do an animation, but everything else does. That's actually pretty cool looking. But let me look at another one. The red one. I thought there was a purple one that I wanted to see. Gold. Is this one? Is this one animated? I think so. Oh, dude, so if you guys didn't know, purple, Jesus Christ. Purple is actually my favorite color. I like blue, I like red and green and all that shit, but it's like actually purple is my favorite color. Veve fatigue for me, I haven't logged in for a week now. I used to be on every 10 minutes. I'm definitely logging in significantly less than I used to, right? I only log in for drops, then I leave, and then occasionally like before I go to bed, or if I'm like literally bored at work and there's like idle time between taking calls, I'll like look on there occasionally. But now I actually kind of look at the price of like ecomi and other stuff a bit more than I do just like straight up just Veve, just, you know, scrolling and refreshing the market page. Like I have ADD. Not anymore. I agree, Slavs. Yeah, the biggest character, but a lot of mints. Sujen Pili. This one looks really cool too. I actually like his stance too, but I do like the purple a lot. Yeah, this one's really, really cool. Yeah, I might have to check these out. It's just hard because there's so many of these ones that are like, oh, they look cool, but like, are they good for collecting? And then before you know it, you buy a bunch of cool stuff that like looks cool. Then before you know it, you've spent like hundreds of gems and you're just like, oof. Or could I have just bought like another FA Spider-Man, or get a small stack of giant size X-Men, or just, you know, Marvel Comics #1, whatever the hell, right? So it was kind of like a little battle between yourself and like the investor side. At least for me, there is. Su Jen, this guy. Su Huan Jian. Qian, I don't know. So this guy's the most popular one, huh? I have to actually refresh the page because it gets stuck for some reason. I'm just going to say this guy. I can't pronounce his name. I'm just going to say Su Jen. Su Jen, tactful, rich in knowledge, slightly conceited, and able to solve conflicts with his humor and wisdom. He dedicates his life preserving the righteousness in the world. What is this word? You guys see this? Is that a word? Aciduously? Aciduously? How do you pronounce that? It says he dedicates his life preserving the righteousness in the world, assiduously working between various parties. Su once obtained the 1,000-year dragon's key, a powerful energy flow, which offset his extraordinary, fascinating story. Acid, dude, I gotta look this up. Dude, what is this word? Pronunciation. Hold on, we gotta like mute the music for this. What the hell's the music? Or like, is that a word? All right, listen.
Assiduously.
Assiduously. What?
Assiduously.
Nah, this chat thing is drunk. Let me look at a YouTube video.
Assiduously.
Sounds even worse. Assiduously. All I can see is just ass. That's all I can see. Music. All right. Assiduously. I don't even know what I didn't even look up the definition. What does that mean? Assiduously means with great care and perseverance. Sounds like a very anime protagonistic like personality trait. Assiduously working between various parties. Okay. I got my preliminary exam tomorrow. Wish me luck. Dude, D'Angelo, the physicist. If it's his physics exam, good luck. If not, you might need some help, but good luck tomorrow, dude. I really hope you pass that. Open It Up. Yeah, we talked about that one earlier. Open It Up. Season 2 are animated. They got like neon. Yes, sir. Pink Panther animated is my favorite. Picked up 10 of them and love it. Awesome, Pawn. That's cool. I do like the animation. I do think it can get a little bit cheaper, but it's hard because there's so many like cool things with cool animations and it looks cool and either aesthetically or the music and all that stuff. It's just like, I just know if I start on that, it gets a slippery slope. Then before I know it, I'm like, I have spent way too much on this stuff. Yeah, there's some big Pink Panther fans. I didn't like necessarily grow up on it, but I actually really, really like the Chrome ones. I think the Chrome is going to look amazing. Let's just type in Panther. Oof, I'm going to pull a bunch of Black Panther stuff. Pink Panther. I think the Chromes are going to look insane in the VV-verse. I will say that. These are going to look really, really good. We animated it last time and like the reflection is just insane. I think these are actually some of the best looking like reflective like animate other than I don't know. I haven't seen that closely with like the golden moments, but these are going to look really good. Yeah, swirling is great. Looks like the cars on the Fast and Furious. Yeah, the rare is nice. I like Peely, but need to make gems for now, not to collect. Yes, sir. Yeah, you guys are laughing at the ass thing. Chat GPT descriptions. I'm like, dude, way off. Yeah, dude, assiduously. Reminds me of Japanese game character descriptions or yeah, exactly. Assiduously. Or same thing with God, what's the word? I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 recently. I played the old ones a little bit with some friends. But there's a term or there's like a word they use. Auspicious. I think that's the word. There's like one character you talk to her and she's like, auspicious. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Yeah.
Auspicious.
Auspicious. Conductive to success or favorable. Giving or being a sign of future success. So if someone says auspicious to you, it's probably a good sign. It's probably a good sign. Mandela effect, bro. That word is just created. Yeah, dude, we just made it up right now. Like, I'm going to somehow jump through a time machine and then remember that word, but I'm going to go to the past and then I'm going to say that word to someone and they're the ones going to put it in the dictionary. Then I'm going to see that word 10 or 15 years later and then say ass live on stream. Yes, sir. I'm assiduously looking at your Darth. Oof. Pink Panther drop is one of the best. I do think so. Especially aesthetically looks. It's super thematic. It's just not what I understand. I'm just not in a huge rush to get it. I totally understand people that do like it. It's just not my number one. Dude, what do you guys think about these? It's kind of cool these actually popped up, but what do you guys think about these Sesame Street, Golden Trash Can, Oscar the Grouch? I don't know. Every time I think of Oscar the Grouch, I always think of Dave Chappelle's stand-up where he's talking about Sesame Street and Oscar the Grouch living in a trash can. Like, Oscar, you're a grouch. He's like, bitch, I live in a trash can. Like, of course. I think it's strange that they did like a 1-to-1 trade. Like, it didn't burn the previous one, but you can just like mint these. And there was even a weird glitch where people are just like infinitely minting these. It's interesting. It's definitely different, but they could have definitely like made it a bit smoother. It's strange that the secret rare is going for 20 on Oscar the Grouch. Of course, it goes back to there, and then like the rare is going for 40. I don't know. It's strange. Yeah, and this one's at 16. This one's also at 30. So it doesn't surprise me that these are both like, if you combine the value of the gold and the like rare, it almost equals like box price value of these. So it doesn't surprise me that people are just like buying the rare, minting the gold, and then like flipping the original or both. So trash. Yeah, we got double trash. I heard about it. I almost, if I was, you know, if I had my ear to the ground on Twitter and I was just like super focused and I wasn't busy with work and stuff, I might have just degenerated into like buying one, like minting a bunch, or like minting one and like selling it immediately for like a quick flip. But nah, it's just too much effort. It's a weird mechanic. I don't know. At least Veve's trying. At least they did it with like, I know Sesame Street's a big IP, but like, are people really out there spending tens of thousands of dollars collecting Sesame Street like memorabilia? Probably not. There might be a handful of people, but not to the level of like comic books or Marvel or DC, or like not to that level. So it's okay. I think they tried something like this, or at least maybe Sesame Street tried something. It's not Veve in the future gonna be like, if some other big IP tries to do something similar to this, like, no, that shit ain't gonna work. So pencils, you know what? Let's look at the pencils. Pencils in here. What are those doing? How much do you need to buy the entire set? They're all down right now, which is crazy. So Tinkerbell's 19. This is 16, 19. So let's just call it 20, 20, 15. So that's 55, 45. Yeah, for 100 gems, you can get all 4 pencils. And then the next pencil, you know, you could just wait and probably buy it for 15 or 20. So that's kind of where I'm thinking, like the desk is probably, I mean, we're looking at it right now, right? Like if you really wanted a desk, you just buy the pencils for 120 gems. Does that mean people are going to sell the desk for 500, 600 gems? Unlikely. I do think it's going to be closer to the pencil price, in my opinion. Like the total price of all the pencils to buy in the secondary, it's going to be closer to that price. Maybe even less. Love that they are testing different mechanics. It's the only beginning. I agree. That's good. I hard agree. All right. Whoops. The desk will be 39 gems, if not any extra utility. That's really cheap. It wouldn't surprise me if it went down to like 80. It really depends on how many get minted. And I do think some of the supply will be tied up because there are some whales that stacked a bunch of the Wreck-It Ralph ones, and they can kind of control how many get minted. But if we get the pencil and they like allow us to start minting the desk, like let's say end of September, early October, and we have like 2 full months to make copies, then yeah. If 2 months is a very long time for people to actually make like as many desks they want. Now, if they gave us like 2 weeks to make desks, that might be different. But the fact that they're probably going to give us like a healthy 2 months to make as many desks as we want before, you know, December 31st. Yeah, I think that's more than enough time. I do think the prices will get pulled back. True value of these pieces is owning a part of the IP, not so much the graphic asset itself. IP owners will work out how to reward holders. IP owners will work out how to reward holders. That's true. I don't know. So far, it seems like Disney's been kind of not stingy, but they've been very wary, it sounds like so far, about retroactively giving utility for items that they've already dropped. So unless up front this desk has crazy utility or can do some sort of insane interaction with other like Disney collectibles or whatever, I do see it like pulling back. That's just my opinion, not trying to flood it, whatever, however you feel. But if there's like, I just don't see Disney as of right now, don't see Disney giving things utility retroactively after they've said like, all right, here's the desk, okay, maybe if you, you know, click it. I have a feeling that the death's going to be animated, and like it's going to have 5 different animations. You click it once, it's going to draw Wreck-It Ralph. You click it again, it's going to draw Aladdin. You click it again, Tinkerbell again, Simba again. You know, it's going to show, you know, it's going to draw maybe some of the characters from the pencils, but who knows? People think it's going to interact with the pencil. It's really, really hard to tell. But even then, even if it does have multiple animations, that's super cool. I think that will give it more value. But it's just hard to see that like a year from now, Disney's just going to give like a bunch of utility to old stuff. They could. It just seems like, based on what David and like Alex and kind of what they said, that like, oh, Disney's kind of wary about like retroactively giving utility. They want to let people know up front versus, oh yeah, if you still hold Walt, you're going to get this for free or whatever. Hammond says with weeks it will keep dropping. Sorry, not sorry. With weeks it will be keep dropping. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's gonna keep pulling back. I mean, if the Infinity Gauntlet, what's that doing? That's actually a good question. That thing pulled back a ton, and that was like the hype, right? Secret rare under 100 gems. And this is a piece that a lot of people chased and spent, you know, 200, 300 gems on the Aether or the whatever the other one is. Like, I know 3,800 mints is quite a bit, but how much is the desk? Or how many pencils are there? There's 4,500 pencils, I think, per set, roughly. Some of them are going to get eaten up by what do you call? Some of them are going to get eaten up by whales. But even then, even half these mints, like, this was supposed to be the ultimate collectible airdrop bird mechanic thingy, right? And this is at 100 gems. Pawn X, Veve has a lot of stuff, something for everyone. I wholeheartedly agree. I remember someone on Twitter said something. Let's see if I can find my reply. Like a long time ago. Not that it matters, but something about rewarding collectors. Let's see. Replies. I think it's under replies. There we go. That, no. Give me a sec here, guys. Sorry. Oh, here it is. All right, here's the tweet. This is from a while ago. I mean, September 7th, so less than a month ago. This was the tweet. Let me blow it up so you guys can see it. Talking about like rewarding collectors. Let me zoom out one more. There we go. This one's talking about rewarding collectors. Said, who rewards collectors the most? I'm in all projects, love them all, but hardly feel appreciated as a collector. And some of them, even though that kind of should be their main goal, no. Comment if you think Veve, backcals, whatever. I think Veve still rewards collectors the most. My reply was just Veve equals hundreds of IPs, characters. You know, they have tons of IPs and characters. 99% of them are FA on blockchain, more variety, mass appeal to collectors, value. Value is the collectibles themselves. So like, even though, and I'll just read the second part, other platforms equal engage in short-term snapshots, leaderboard treadmills, or arbitrary airdrop mechanics, the airdrop gives everything else value, which I've noticed with HRO and other and Veve does this too. I'm not saying like Veve doesn't do short-term snapshots or like weird kind of like airdrop, like weird minting mechanics. I'm not saying they don't do it either, but at least like if you buy an FA of something and it's part of a drop, like same thing with the Hulk one, right? You buy the Hulk. I do agree. The majority of the value is tied up in the fact that, yeah, there's an airdrop at the end of this. But even if you do hold on to the collectible, at least it's first appearance of Red Hulk, Planet Hulk, Original Hulk, you know, Maestro, whatever. At least there's still some value there that people are like, oh yeah, I know those characters. But with like other platforms, especially since most of them are just tied up in like one IP and that's it. Like, I feel like you can only do so many variations of DC or so many variations of like Batman and this and that. Like you can only do so many variations. And I think that's like the huge leg up Veve has, that it's like, yeah, like just like Pon said, like there's something for everyone. And I think that's the main aspect. Now, if you're like a DC diehard, yeah, go ahead, check out HRO and Palm DC and Veve and the Todd McFarlane platform. But if you aren't interested in that DC, like where else are you gonna go? If you do like Disney or literally anything else, like Vive's probably gonna have it. So I think that's how Veve basically rewards collectors. Like they're rewarding collectors in the mass audience because they have so many IPs. That's my take on it. I think rewarding collectors is more than just saying, oh, buy this set of things, chase this leaderboard, you get an airdrop, and then if you hold that airdrop, you get another airdrop, and then if you hold that one, and then you collect this set from a previous season, you get another airdrop, or you get a pre-order for this pack. It's like, it just seems like a big, I hate to say it, but it just seems like just a big like digital airdrop, just circle jerk a lot of the time. It's like, all right, I've collected 47 different versions of Batman and Flash and this and that and this, like that. Okay, cool. Like I get it, but and I'm not saying everything revolves around FA, but I do think just Veve in general has like more verticals and more stuff they can kind of leverage. But that's just my take. Disney only needs to give utility to the key pieces. Walt, Elsa, and other FAs, they will realize that these are the most valued and how Web3 works. Yeah, if they just give utility to just the golden moments, like the original ones, obviously the more the better, but like the original golden moments. Let's flip this. And then I'm actually going to get off here in a little bit. I was only going to stream for a little over an hour, and now we've been streaming for almost 2 hours, which is fine. Let's see. Yep. So Homer and Bart was first, of course, and then Mickey, Sorcerer's Hat, and Elsa and all that stuff. But if they just gave utility to like partners, R2D2, C3PO, Iron Man, Wally, Elsa, I don't know. That's a lot. I would say the big three, just so they want to touch on like each IP, is like partners, R2D2, Elsa, Iron Man, and maybe Homer. I don't know. But that's hard to, because like at least Iron Man represents Marvel. Like nothing else represents Marvel. There's only 2 Star Wars drops. There's tons of Disney, but I do think Elsa is kind of, you know, the poster child of recent Disney. And then Homer and Bart. I don't know. Is Disney pushing Homer and Bart at all? Or like, I don't know. They could do utility there, but. And in turn, their percent fee from transactions on these will go crazy. Yep. And that's what I said before. I'm like, you can actually have the transaction fees of these collectibles fund the utility for it. So if Iron Man you know, talking about insane bull run, everything's going crazy, whatever. But like, let's say partner statue literally generates, you know, 10 grand in revenue like in a month, just because people are trading and buying and selling and whatever and all this hype. Like, okay, cool, let's just use, obviously Disney wants to pocket some of it, but they use some of that 10 grand, or they accumulate over the year and they give some sort of crazy utility at the end of the year, because you just have it fund its own utility, which encourages more purchasing and buying and selling and renting. And then yeah, that's the thing. Which vertical do you want to see next? Cards, hands down. As much as I want to see like, you know, NBA, football, both with a U and a double O. So football or soccer, whatever in the US. As much as I think, I'm just going to say soccer, but soccer, basketball, baseball, football, as much as we get all those like sports normies into Veve and collecting and buying, and, you know, here's Michael Jordan this and Wayne Gretzky that and Messi this, like, of course, all those would be awesome and they would absolutely explode the market. I would like to see cards, being able to buy packs of cards, have them unopened, do stuff like, I don't know, what's some, obviously not Pokemon, but if we did do like Magic the Gathering or, I don't know, like Gwent. I don't know if Gwent would be a thing, but just like cards in general, just having unopened cards, and even having cards that are, you know, like a Star Wars cards or whatever. I don't know, but I would like to see cards, or at least some sort of variation of drops where you can buy it and not open it. Like that's actually kind of one thing I do like about Cryptoys is I did the BOGO deal and I bought a bunch of cubes. I have 10 cubes and I guess a golden ticket, whatever the hell that is. But I'm not selling. I'm not opening them just because right now the market isn't open. Not sure what's going to happen with the original like Star Wars stuff, but just it's kind of, I don't want to say guaranteed profit, but it's just like the safest way to play that you just don't open it at all. And then you just sell the hope that they'll get something better. So I do like that a lot. Something either with pack open, either with cards or whatever, but or music. I mean, music would be nice too, but it's I think the utility would have to be very over the top. I just cannot see people buying like a Drake like song like NFT and then like what's the utility outside of like playing it, or like unless you get exclusive access to like concerts or some like event or this or that, like that'd be cool. But outside of like musicians or people that are really big, like are there collectors of music? Are there people that spend thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars on a consistent basis to like buy music or go to, I'm sure there's people that have enough money that go to events all the time, but I don't know. Like it's just like two things that don't mesh, like collecting and music. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to understand. Maybe it's out of my scope. Maybe it's just because I'm not too interested in music myself. Disney wants engaged customers. Web3 would be perfect setup for that. Yes, sir. Disney movies are good, but it's more passive consumption than Web3. I agree. But we'll see how everything kind of unfolds, right? If they can find a way to make Web3 like more interactive and all that stuff, or like you said, passive consumption, maybe sports, NFL game in a couple of weeks. Andy's room Toy Story thing they advertised. It could be. I don't know about that actually. NFL game in a couple of weeks. Andy's room Toy Story thing. If Disney announced something like that, I don't know about it. Maybe I'll have to look it up after this stream. But okay, was there anything else you guys want to talk about really quick before I kind of hop off for the day? Random collectible idea, thought, drop, other platforms, I don't know. Because after this stream, I'm going to contact my friend who's going to help me. And I think we're going to buy some fish together. I can get that. If you guys don't know, I'll just show it right now real quick before I hop off. Did I have it earlier? Brock. Yeah, it's right there. If you guys don't know, there are fish flashbang going to be dropped on Veve. You have until each holders can redeem a promo code for Veve Digital Collectibles starting on this date. So you have to own it before then, I believe. Or maybe if you keep buying fish and then they keep giving promo codes until they're all used up. I'm not sure. Holders can redeem a promo code for a Veve Digital Collectible. Fish starting September 24th. Yeah. These fish look really cool. They're animated, or say interactive. I don't know if it's animated or interactive, but they look super, super cool. Actually, the art on all of them looks amazing. I would say if I had to pick my favorite, I see this art all the time. I like it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I do like this one probably the most. Maybe it's just because I have the colors of like, you know, like a powder blue or like a light blue and like a pink. And this one looks really cool. I would say I probably like these in reverse order. Actually, I probably like this one a bit more than this, even though this one does look interesting as well. But yeah, you guys have until the 24th, I guess, to get fish and then get the promo code. Toy Story Monday Night Football. Check Pixar tweet from September 12th. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. But I'll just end it here. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Thank you so much for the donations. So Dino as well as Nick Batchelor, thank you so much for the donations. That helps a lot. Fun Day Football, not Monday. Fun Day Football. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Is anyone else streaming right now? Let me see here. You can like rate anybody or whatever. Yeah, Superstar Money's live streaming right now. Go ahead and check them out. Sorry if this is kind of loud. There's an ad playing, but yeah, go to Superstar Money's live stream after this. I think they're doing giveaways. I'm not sure if they're doing like the 1 million Omi giveaway or if they're just opening cubes or what's up. But yeah, go check them out. I put the link in the comments, or in the chat, I should say. Go check them out, hang out for a bit, talk more about Veve, cryptoids, whatever. Hope you guys have a good one. Slavs, it was nice seeing you too. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys have a good one. And be sure to double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over.